Blessed good people. I had to link the item today. I had to link y'all today. You know why? So maybe y'all have heard, but apparently Uganda just found 31 million tons of gold deposits valued at $12.8 trillion. That is Uganda in Africa. It's probably a lot more than that. And I think they say Uganda is like the 18th. Is number 18 in terms of gold. And I'm sure there are many African regions that have a lot of gold. So 31 million tons of gold. 12.8 trillion. Honestly, it might be 20 trillion. Listen to that number. They say Africa is poor. But check this. A Chinese company is who the Ugandan president gave the honor of extracting that gold. That Chinese organization has a 21-year lease to mine gold in Uganda. You know when they say China taking over, it's not a joke, you know. So check this, the Uganda president also said local mining is considered criminal because the gold is more valuable to outsiders. You see the last video I did talking about time? You know, the space-time continuum is like we're trapped in a loop. You understand why we can be oppressed. We're trapped in a loop, but I mean, even the word space-time continuum sounds like a trap. Why it couldn't be space-time extenuum? I'm just making up a word. Why it couldn't be more than that? Why it couldn't just be that singular circle? You know? But anyway, like you know, or you would assume, or presume, I'm from the Caribbean. Now, like any other region, they have people who come in to do business. You know, in my grandmother's day, the Syrians would come, and they would bring goods, whether it be fabric, clothing, small electronics. And what they would do is allow a down payment and a monthly or weekly payment on items. We call it a trust. And this is how a lot of Caribbean islands got a lot of their products. But anyway, in recent years, in different Caribbean islands, the Chinese, they're involved heavy in a lot of deals with these governments. But there's always viral videos going around of these Chinese people degrading, defaming the natives of those lands. I mean, blatant racist disrespect. You know, you have people who come into the islands, right? Caribbean islands. They build hotels, and the locals are not allowed on the beach. And they have been going to those beaches since they were children. And these governments allow that. They allow these foreign forces to come in and have free reign to control the people who live there. Like masses, basically. These governments, these individual men, they want to be rich, they want to be wealthy, they want to sit back and laugh with their foreign friends and say ha 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 and drink their champagne and be invited to certain parties. Like in the States, they talk about the mansion parties. They want to be involved in those things. They want to be down. And these people don't give a damn about them, as we know. We, the everyday struggling, hard-working people, we know, and we wonder why they don't know. They don't know because they are, for one, they don't want to know. They want an easier life. Everybody wants an easy life, but it's right at their fingertips. Because that ass is close for them to kiss. See? But can you imagine? They say Africa is poor. Africa have so many resources, so many precious minerals, metals, powerful melanated people. And you hear some news like this: 31 trillion tons of gold. So if you know you're a producer of gold, or you have gold as a resource, why wouldn't you develop yourself to extract this thing yourself and create a market for yourself? You know why? It is easier to kiss ass than to be assassinated and wiped out. You know? What happened to Uganda? So I was talking to somebody and they brought up Umar Johnson to me. And I'm like, man, people don't really know me. Me saying something about Umar is not going to change anything. People who already know about Umar already have their opinions and ideas about him. I don't want to always bring up the man, but it's a mistake that somebody brought him up to me. And saw my video and had their opinion. Well, I will say this. There are people that call themselves Pan-Africanists, right? What would be wonderful is for them to travel the continent and organize with some of these places, right? So that they can get funding, because Africa is wealthy. Africa is wealthy, but you see, the people that are in power in those countries, they are also a part of portraying Africa as not really having much, so that when they rob and steal, it's like, you never really know what's really done, how much is taken, and these types of things. How can you come out to the world and say you have $12.8 trillion worth of gold ready to be mined, And I'm thinking about it, that sounds like a surface thing. Because if your mind, you go deeper and deeper and deeper, how much is really there in just one location, one region? I would tell all these Pan-Africanists, since you love Africa so much, and you have Africa in your title, you go to Africa and see if you can work out something to get some of that funding. You know, in this time, in this day, people are not going to be allowed to have these titles that can't benefit them. It just sounds good so they can use it. But when it really comes to the real McCoy, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about trillions of dollars. Even if you got some crumbs from that, you know what you could do? So go and deal with them. You're big time Pan-Africanists. And this is for the brethren who brought up Umar Johnson too. Because you say subscribe now and you're watching. Not to be too aggressive with you, but tell your people, them name Pan-Africanists, that mean them have claim in Africa, go to Africa and get some of the wealth and spread it around to help the diaspora. So we can die as richer. You know what I'm saying? So I said something the other day about the youth. I don't want to call his name. I won't keep him in spirit for right now. I posted his name in another video. Or I may have, because I wanted to. But apparently he wasn't shot 90 times. He was shot at 90 times. But had 60 wounds. I mean, how many bullets does it take to kill a black man? And how many bullets does it take to kill a white man? That is my question. You need to shoot a man 60 times to kill him. I mean, maybe with a BB gun. So, man, it's a joke, man. This shit is an absolute joke. I hope a white police see this video. This is a message to you all. You are going to get people so upset that they're going to start targeting your wives, your children, you, those who think they're untouchable, they're going to come and y'all brought it on yourselves. Y'all could not be satisfied with the good nigga that was saying yes massa. Y'all are not satisfied with that. Y'all are not satisfied. Y'all are not satisfied. It is not enough that you call us minority. For every dollar that we have, you have $3,500. Apparent that, at least that is what I hear. You know, when the averages come out in terms of the numbers of people. You're not satisfied with yes sir. You're not satisfied with that ratted. You want to see the people rise up. I know y'all have y'all groups and y'all militias and y'all special, you know, weaponry and advanced and this and that. But you people trod the earth just like us. You people trod these lands just like us. And at some point it's going to backfire. You have to understand that. Everything that goes up must come down. You know? Like when I was getting my sex education from my mother and my father. You know, my mother said, what goes in comes out. You know? But yeah man, you see the scale. On one level, you have Uganda finding basically $13 trillion worth of gold. And then you have you still getting shot here 60 times. 60 times. It is just one. It's just one. I don't know. When Sean Bell got killed, that's about the time I was coming to Atlanta. For some reason, that one, they happen. And then one may touch you more than the other for some reason. That affected me for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because he was just about to get married. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I was in New York at the time. But that shit bothered me. I don't want to hear none of you youths talking about y'all no bad man and no shatter and no gunman and no Draco. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all are liars and frauds. I don't want to hear that ratted. I'm not Jamaican. I don't want to hear that bomber blood clot. I don't want to hear that ras clot. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. They just shot one of you 60 times. That's how they do y'all. Dirty, 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 like dogs. Like pieces of shit. I should say that's how they do us. You go around to different communities in Georgia and youths testing out them gun. Blah blah brrr, bratap, bratap, bratap. It seems like everybody gun is only for black people. It seems like we're the toilet of the earth. Yeah, it seems like we're the toilet. It seems like we're the outhouse of the world. That's what it feels like. If one region in Africa has trillions of dollars, and there are so many Afrocentric people and Pan-Africanists, how is it that every single black man on the planet is not a king and a god? Every single one. Every black woman a queen and a goddess. I have some Mexican brethren. One of my Mexican brethren say, look, my ancestry is black, my grandmother is black. Right? But anyway, he's like, you know what? These governments, I don't want to say which one, y'all can guess. They want to come into our country. They want the oil and they want the lithium. So what are they going to use? The cartels. These cartels are destroying our country. We gotta go in there. So maybe Uganda did a good thing. They didn't just say mine, me. They shared it to avoid certain types of invasions. That is how it worked. But at the end of the day, I'm sure you can go to a lot of these regions in Africa that have, the world breadbasket, Africa. They have so much. You will still go to these countries and you will see poverty unlike anything else. Poverty unlike anything else. The richest place on the planet. We've been robbed so much. And the black man who everybody says chosen and the most powerful and have done the most can't stand up and say, hold up, no, you can't touch this. We control this. This is ours. This is our right. This is our inheritance. Like how Bob Marley one time was being interviewed by a white man, and the white man say, well, what do I have to do to be Rastafari, and Bob Marley say, yo, be born again. You have to be born again. Yeah, you have to have more melanin. That's why certain men get killed. That's why certain men don't want to talk. They're afraid to open their mouth, even in a country that says freedom of speech. Because these things are really not for us, you know. Who's the I saw something just recently. A brethren, a mystic youth. You know? I think he posted something saying that it is 8 immigrants who signed the Declaration of Independence. That is something I may have to look into. Man, these people come from wherever they come from and take whatever they want to take. And we can't say shit about it. See, you can protest all you want, you know. But when they came, they didn't protest. They were chopping off heads and penises. That's what they were doing. Ripping babies out of women's stomachs. That's what they were doing. Raping little girls. You know, everybody talking about pedophilia. Everybody talking about when a youth come into prison, or they beat them up and shank him and stab him up. That's what they were doing. How many underage girls do you think got raped doing what they so-called call slavery? How many? Where are those pedophilias? Where are those pedophiles? Where are they? Huh? Where the man they? Who are the children of these people? Do they still have these traits and tendencies? And if you remember watching a Bruce Lee movie, what movie was that? I think it was a Chinese Connection. But anyway, I think Bruce Lee went to an embassy, a Japanese embassy, but he was on Chinese land. And the signs say, no dogs and Chinese allowed. So we understand that these things happen in every country. No dogs and Chinese allowed. And then a Japanese man come and tell Bruce Lee. Well, after he saw a man walking in with his dog, Bruce Lee say, oh, how come that man going in with his dog? So the Japanese man say, okay, if you're going on your knees like a dog, I'll bring you in and you can come in. And what Bruce Lee did. Go and research that. So you see, other races of people go through the discrimination, but they do something about it. They don't sit down and hold up a sign and say we're doing it this way that the government has provided us. That's not the way they do it in other countries, my brother and my sisters. They don't do it like that. Because that right, it means that you just stay enslaved. And not for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month or a year. You just stay enslaved in the space-time continuum. The illusion. See? Your man. I've never seen a rabbit here. Seems like every time I do a video I see something. I saw 2 red cardinals the other day and a blue one. I'm like, hold up. I know a rabbit. I'm gonna have to research that. That have to be a symbol and a sign. I've been here for years, never seen a rabbit yet in this place. I've seen rabbits, of course, I've seen foxes. You always see deer. But a rabbit, just sitting there. Here's a judgment. Universe, give thanks for signs and symbols. Give thanks for sight and life. Great mathematics, great spirit, give thanks for everything. Give thanks for existence, everlasting and evermore. You don't know. But yeah. But yes, I is a mystic. Yo, one time I was in New York, and for some reason I felt like I was going through this spiritual vortex. There was a period when, man, enough things was coming to my head. A lot of dreams. I've had many spirit encounters, literal spirits talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Telling me things that I could see the next day, promising me that I would see what they were telling me I would see. Sometimes I had so many of them, I had to tell them, no more, stop. So many of them talking to me at the same time. So many of them asking me to tell certain people that they're okay. And I'm like, I can't do all of that. I don't have the means and the resources to do all these things. Anyway, there's one time I was going into work. It was a mystic night. I was working at a place for autistic children. It was they had it was like they had some land, they had many houses, they had a school, they had a gym, they had pools, they had lakes. When I left, they got a $20 million grant. They begged me not to leave. And I quit that job and moved down to Atlanta. But anyway, I was going into work that night. And as I'm walking down, I saw something coming at me. And I said, oh shit, that's a bird. It was an owl. Couldn't hear it moving. And that owl came over my head and just tapped me on my head and just fly away. A white owl. And at that point I had a lot of visions, a lot of dreams, a lot of encounters, all types of things. And I always asked the Creator for validation. You know. So, but yeah, man, Pan-Africanists, all the funding that you need, everything that you need is in the richest place on the planet. You can go and get it. You can go and reason with these people. If these people deny you and turn their back on you and sell you into slavery, which I'm not saying all of them did, maybe I shouldn't even say that, but it is said. If they do that to you, create a new name. Create a new name. You know? Ask Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway said how we were here before this so-called transatlantic slave trade. And I know that for a fact. You know, sometimes they have people looking for people, family members over the years. One time this white woman came to me. She didn't come to me, but she found me. I was telling me about my grandfather, who was married to her great-great-great-great-grandfather, and she knew the history, that he was a native of the Americas. I was surprised about that. You know, it's a mystic. But yeah, we were on all these lands. First discoverers, first civilizations, you know. People have to recognize these things. That's why to them it seemed like we don't have a home. Because everybody just thinks that Africa is the home. And that is not true. Not to be giving Tariq Nasheed too much shine. Because there are a lot of things that he said that I disagree with. But yeah, he gave you all hidden colors. And you saw these melanated people all over the planet. All them old dark-skinned melanated Chinese with woolly hair. Mystic, right? That is the mystic. That is why we have a lot of the same cultures, the same dances, the same music, the same rhythm. That is true intermixing back in with that original land. And you know, and I don't really think that all people just came from one place. I think the Creator created everywhere. Just like there are animals everywhere, there are trees everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That point that they say everything exploded from or expanded from, that point is actually the creator. But they assert it to a particular place on land. No. The creator is too creative. You know. But yeah, man. How is it everybody has access to our wealth? How is it that Umar Johnson has to ask for donations, or any melanated man who wants to do something positive? Why should he have to ask for donations? Why not go to our central bank, which is Africa, the breadbasket? How come these contacts are not made yet? You know what I'm saying? I know everybody big up Marcus Garvey, you know. Yeah, we big him up. But there are many people that we can big up. You know what I'm saying? So, Marcus Garvey had a news press. Marcus Garvey was aware of things happening around the world. Because that was his business. To deliver news. A lot of people give him a lot of credit. Because he said, look to the east for the coming of a black king. But apparently, other people were actually saying these same things, who were aware of foreign affairs. But Marcus Garvey get the credit. You know? Now a man gonna say, well, show the proof. I don't have to show no proof. How did Marcus Garvey know to look to the east for the coming of a black king? Did he ever say that it came from a vision? Or it came from God? But y'all make it into this mystical thing. Not beating up Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey had some good ideas. But like Umar, I think that Marcus Garvey could have done things a different way and a better way also. So what's somebody gonna say? Well, what are you doing? Well, knowledge of your history. Right? If I was to do, I can use certain examples to say this is what not to do. They say Marcus Garvey was a millionaire. How much land did Marcus Garvey own? Where he had the deed to, the title to, whatever, what the paperwork to. So what, everything was just taken away? Did Marcus Garvey die broke? So you have all this money, you didn't move it? How come other people moving money all over this planet? Nobody was there to tell him? You see, a lot of these guys want to be the top down dada. That's what they want to do. They do good works, you know, but they want to be the absolute center of attention. Christ complex, God complex. Rastaman praised Marcus Garvey. He's not a Rastafari. But Marcus Garvey wrote negatively about Haile Selassie in terms of the Italo-Ethiopian War. How come they never bring up that? I don't think Haile Selassie ever respond to him. Because you see, let me not even say that, right? How many links did Marcus Garvey make in Africa? Okay, there are a lot of conscious youths here in the United States of America who are doing well in technology, in real estate. When they hear a news about Uganda, Not all the others that have all these resources. Have they made links yet to organize with these people, with their family, to get in on that, to benefit everyone else? Nobody's doing that. Where's the link? Where's the link up? Where's the bridge? Where's the arch? Or the arc? Where? You tell me there's nothing more that we can do? Yeah, they have some people who can move around this planet because they have the resources too, and they don't. You know, they stay in one place and milk that one place and never expose themselves. You know? But anyway, as per usual, it was a long day, you know. Love and honor, power and light. Uganda, don't trust these foreign invaders and liars. You know what I'm saying? They think lowly of you. You know? Remember, the Europeans have words for these Oriental people too, you know. They call them all kind of things. But despite what the Europeans call other people, those other people also look down on us. Remember that.